Welcome back to the studio. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today is the 27th drawing in Inktober. More importantly, the 29th is National Cat Day. So I thought I would get ahead of the game, and since it's also Halloween at the end of the month, I've got a little image already sketched out here, and you'll notice this is the moon with a little cat in the center there. And the moon is made of cheese at the moment because I'm using a masking material, and I have some ideas. I kind of already got ahead of the game when it comes to Inktober because I've already put ink on there, the features of the moon. I've actually done in ink because I want to see what happens when I remove the masking material with watercolor. If you put down watercolor and then you put masking material over it after it's dried, it'll oftentimes lift up the paint with the material. So yeah, so we're going to give this a try and see how it turns out. A little experimentation today and a little recognition of our little feline friends. So without any further ado, we're going to go get ahead and get into it. So the first order of business today is going to be creating a wash. That's essentially, there's only going to be a couple elements to this painting. So we've got the sky, the moon obviously, the cat, and the tree. So not very many components to this one. So as I've said before, the paper is subject to warping as you add water to it. And I don't go through the process of stretching it. I just prefer to be sparing with the amount of water I use in my washes. So this is an interesting little conundrum. I've got this little spot here. I'm not sure what's going on, if I touched it with something or if it's an inconsistency in the manufacture of the paper. But I think what I'm going to do is, well, I want to do another wash. I'll do that. I think I'll add some element at the bottom there, maybe a tree in the distance, maybe I'll work in a branch. We'll see how it reacts. I'm going to try one more wash. It's a shame, I really like that, but I want to try one more wash and see what happens, so wish me luck. And when I go down the paper, I'm just trying to catch the end of the previous pass with the brush, so there's a bit of overlap. And that just helps to grab the pigment and the moisture and get a more regular application of the wash. That's kind of a shame with that little spot. I think what happened is I probably hit it with my greasy finger at some point. So it is what it is, but we continue on. This is an old dead tree. And it's actually in a graveyard next to our house, so it's very appropriate to the season, I think. Now I want to make sure I match up with the masking material and make sure the cat has a proper perch. I imagine this is one of our cats. I'm thinking this is Archie. We actually have indoor cats, but I like to think of our cats getting outside and experiencing the world. And mainly they like to sit at home on their little perches and cuss out the birds. We have quite a cat cable bill. It consists of a lot of bird seed. And Archie has a tail. Let me get a little better point there. The tail does a little curl, especially when she's happy. And the moment of truth. It looks like the masking material brings up this ink too, so I don't have much to go on. I was curious to see how it worked. Now I know. That's okay. Just little indications. I need to be real careful around the cat, which is true in life, not just in painting. Yeah, need to be careful around the cat that I don't pick up that color. It can bleed on me if I'm not careful. So I have a little bit to go off of based on my first drawing underneath, but it didn't hold as well as I had hoped since it was an ink. So probably because it's a water-based ink. So I guess there isn't much ink in this one, but it was an ink test, so I guess it qualifies for Inktober. I'm trying to lighten it so that I get more of an effect of that silhouette. And also I want to make sure I stay away from it so I don't end up with bleeds. And I'm not trying to be completely accurate, I just want to be close to the correct appearance of the moon. So it probably won't win me any astronomy awards, but looking pretty good. This one is it's an orangish yellow color. One very light wash. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want the cat to be staring into the sun. There we go. I'd call that a completed piece. I could always go back and do a few more twigs and whatnot, but I think that's a good place to stop for today. So there's another painting for the month of October. Unfortunately, there wasn't much ink, but I really wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to experiment. I knew I was going to have to mask, and I wanted to see what would happen with that ink if I put that down and then use the masking material over it. Unfortunately, it pulled up a lot of the material, so that's okay. Good to experiment, good to learn. The cat came out very nicely. I was really happy with that. I like to think that that's our cat Archie sitting up on a branch and admiring the moon right before Halloween. You know, black cats get a heck of a time this time of year, and I just like to think of her up there safe and happy. So yeah, if you see a black cat, be kind to it. They have a rough time this time of year. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this painting. I hope it brought a little smile to your day. The 29th is National Cat Day. I hope you celebrate. And with that, I'm going to end this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a great deal. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button below. And don't forget to ring the bell icon so you get a notice when I upload another video tomorrow. If you have any suggestions or requests for future videos, if you have any questions, leave those in the comments below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Might even address it in a future video. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.